formula is a relation found between and among unknown terms. Here um, A equals to C. Then this is a relation which means A equals to C. Then A equals to C plus B. Here is a relation. Then the sum of C and B equals to A. Here is a formula. Then which means formula is an equation. On the other hand, formula is an equation. And also you do not know the values of the unknown terms. I mean, there are unknown terms. You could observe unknown terms in a formula, an equation, and you could observe unknown terms as well in this type of relation. So this type of relation in maths we name as a formula. Okay, so you how to write, I'll give you these questions. You need to write A plus B equals to C. You should write the term A as the subject. Right now you could see the term C has written as the subject of this formula. How to write the term A as the subject of this formula? How can you write this one? How do you write this one? What's the meaning of this one? A is the subject of this formula, can be written mentioning as A equals, A equals to C. This plus B is brought to this side, and also then this plus B becomes minus B. Therefore, A equals to C minus B. You think of this one, P minus Q equals to R. You should write the term P as the subject of this formula. So P equals to R. So minus Q becomes plus Q. So P equals to R plus Q, which means when you bring a positive value into the right side, it becomes negative. When you bring a negative value into the right side of this formula, it becomes positive. So minus Q becomes plus Q, plus B becomes minus B. So the third question here, AB equals to C. AB equals to C. You need to make the term A as the subject. Just to think of this one, then 2 times 5 equals to 10. This is not formula. Just to think of this one. So 2 times 5 equals to 10. You could divide both sides by 2. When you divide both sides by 2, then the remaining term here, that is the digit here, is 5. 5 equals to 10 upon 2, 10 upon 2 again equals to 5. So 5 equals to 5. Right? My point is, when you multiply, then here what we've done here, we've written the digit 5 as the subject of this formula. If you want to write a given relation or a given formula as the subject of the given formula, so it's divided, which means that here multiplication, A times B equals C. A times B equals C. A times B equals C. AB equals to C. You should write the term A as the subject. Then both sides, here multiplication, A times B equals C. Therefore, it's divided both sides by B. Reason of dividing the both sides by B here, it needs to be written the term A as the subject of this formula. So B and B can be cancelled out. A equals to C over B. The fourth question here is ABC equals to D plus L. D plus L. Let's write the term B as the subject of this formula. How do you write the term B as the subject of this formula? So here multiplication, here multiplication. So when it multiplies, I taught you previously, it's divided. So ABC equals to D plus L. I will write this one as in a bracket. I'm writing these two terms. So you need to write here A. So therefore, it's divided both sides by BC. So this B and this B can be cancelled out here. Multiplication, this C and this C as well can be cancelled out. So A equals to D plus L over BC. Now we've written the term A as the subject. The basic thing that you need to realize here, when it multiplies the unwanted term, is it uses the unknown term and divided by both sides using the unwanted term. Here you no need of putting in the left side B and C. Therefore, it has divided using the terms B and C both sides. So the fifth question is, you know, at plus u equals to m. You should write the term a as the subject of this formula. So these two terms, including the base the term a, these two terms are kept here. I mean at right now. This m is written and this plus u is brought to the right side. Then this becomes minus. So right now here multiplication, therefore you should write the term a as the subject, therefore it's divided both sides by using t. So t and t can be removed, therefore a equals to m minus u over t. So the next question, the sixth question is, um, you know, xy plus 4a equals to L. You should write the term A as the subject of this formula. To be written the term A as the subject of this formula, that should be kept the term including the term A, the 4A should be kept in the left side. So 4A equals to L. This whole segment is brought to the right side. I mean, this xy is brought to the right side. This becomes negative. So here multiplication, we should write the term a as the subject. So divided by 4 both sides. Therefore, a equals to L minus xy over 4. Right now, I taught you the needed basic knowledge of formula of grade 9. Therefore, I'm going to start to teach you the 7.1 exercise. Exercise 7.1 is taught for you right now. I'm going to I'm going to solve the questions one by one, and eventually you will be able to realize these questions. But my suggestion is you should do right now these questions. You should not watch the video continuously. First of all, you need to pause the video. After that, you could do yourself the question, and later you could check your answer and my answer. Okay, directly you shouldn't do. This is my suggestion. The question, exercise 7.1, exercise 7.1, and the first question, C equals to 5R. C equals to 5R, you need to make the term R as the subject of this formula. So here, between 2 and 5 and R multiplication. Therefore, previously I taught you, therefore, both sides are divided using 2, 5. Now, 2 and 2 can be cancelled out, 5 and 5 can be cancelled out. R equals to 2 over 2, 5. So the other question is, the second question here is a equals to b minus 2c. A equals to b minus 2c. Make c the subject of this formula. Here really I'm doing this question in this sense. This minus 2c is brought to the left side. The reason of bringing this minus 2c into the left side is, here you could see minus 2c. Therefore, this is brought here. This becomes minus 2c becomes plus 2c. So this term is mentioned here, and also this plus a is brought to the right side, then this becomes positive. So here multiplication, therefore both sides are divided by 2. The value of the term of c can be written as the subject of this formula as b minus a over 2. The answer. So what I've done here, then negative values was brought to the left side and this positive value was brought to the right side. So why did I write this minus 2 as plus 2c? Then so as to get the answer easily, then here is a negative value. So the third question, if you got an issue, just you could mention your comment in the comment section. If you are unable to understand these questions, if you are okay with these questions, the lessons that you need to learn in the future, you could mention in the comment section if you got an issue. Okay, we are going to do the third question. The third question is v equals u plus 80. V equals u plus 80. Make the term t as the subject. Then here 80. Between a and t, it's having multiplication. So this plus u is brought to the left side. Then this becomes negative, equals to 80. Right now, let's obtain the value of t here. Let's write the term t as the subject. To do that, both sides we divide by a. So t equals to b minus u over a equals to t. Next question, the fourth question of this exercise. The exercise is 7.1. Um, it has given here y equals to, it has given here y equals to, it has given here y equals to mx plus c, y equals to mx plus c. You need to write the term c as the subject of this formula. The term c and term m should be written as the subject of this formula. So c can be written as the subject here, that here plus mx, here is a whole segment, this plus mx is brought here, this becomes negative, equals to c, the answer. So the other point is you should find the term m as the subject. Y equals to, this is the first part, this is the second part, y equals to mx plus c. We could write the term m as the subject. This whole segment is kept here. I mean, this mx, this here y, then plus c is brought here. This becomes negative. Here multiplication. Therefore, it's divided both sides by x. So y minus c over x equals to m. This is the answer. Next point is the fifth question here. It has given in the question, I'm doing really the exercise 7.1. So A equals to 2 times B plus C. The most important way of, the best way of getting the answer here, I think that make C as the subject. Firstly, you could remove the brackets, right? There are two ways of obtaining the answer here. My suggestion is is to use this. You should use this method. So first, remove the brackets. 2 times B is 2B, then 2 times C is 2C, right? So this whole segment is kept in the right side. So this A, then plus 2B is brought here. This becomes negative, equals 2C. Both sides you could divide using 2 here. Here multiplication, that's the reason of dividing here. Then 2 and 2 can be cancelled out. A minus 2B over 2 equals to C. The answer. The next question, sixth question here is, I'm asking for you again, if you can pause this video and just do yourself, and according to your ability, just you do these questions, and after that, eventually you could check your answer with my answer. F equals to 9 over 5, C plus 32. Here you should write the term C as the subject. To be done this, in order to do this one really, then my suggestion is that then this segment can be brought here. I mean, this plus 32 is brought here. This becomes negative, and also 9 over 5 times C. Then here, the previous also I told you that it's having a multiplication. Generally, we divide the given terms. Therefore, both sides divided by 9 over 5. This side as well. This side as well divided by 9 over 5. I mean, the way f minus 32 divided by 9 over 5. Right now, this whole segment and this whole segment can be cancelled out. Then here, you could see, you could use the knowledge of fractions here. You could take the reciprocal of 9 over 5, which is 5 over 9, equals to, see, this is the answer. Okay, this can be expressed as 5 times f minus 32 over 9. This is the answer. I mean, C equals to this one, right? So the seventh question is, the seventh question, I'm doing the 7.1 exercise of grade 9 formula lesson. Seventh one. Here, seventh question. L equals to A plus N minus 1 times 3. L equals to A plus 1 minus N minus 1 times 3. This formula you will be met in the future when you learn arithmetic progressions. This is taught for grade 10 students. Make A the subject of the formula. There are two questions. Make A the subject of the formula. Make D the subject of this formula. then we could write the term A as the subject of this formula easily. L equals to A plus n minus 1 times D. This whole segment here is this segment here modification. This whole segment is brought to the left side, then this becomes L minus n minus 1 times D equals to A. The answer for this segment, I mean, we've written the term A as the subject. And also we've been told to write the term D also as the subject of this formula. So L equals to A plus n minus 1 times D. So here don't forget multiplication, right? Here multiplication, I mean n minus 1 times D here. Here multiplication. So we need to divide eventually by n minus 1. The reason here multiplication. First of all, we bring this plus a here. This becomes negative. So n minus 1 times d here. I mean d means multiplication into d means, and here multiplication. I'll write this one in a bracket. Then here multiplication. When it multiplies, it's divided using this side by n minus 1 and this side as well by n minus 1. Right now we could simplify this too, then d equals to L minus a over n minus 1. The answer. Next one, next question is 8th question of 7.1. X over a plus y over b equals 1. Make y the subject of this formula. How can you write this y as the subject of this formula? So this segment is put here. 1 minus this whole part is brought here. Then this becomes x over a. So right now both sides, and here division. I mean y over b. Therefore, to remove this one, both sides multiplied using b here. So as to remove the term b from both sides, so multiplied by b. Right now b and b can be cancelled out, so y equals to b times 1 minus x over a. The answer. So these questions are very important. Don't forget that knowing all these questions will be helpful for you to get marks at the test. So the next question is 1 over capital R equals to 1 over simple R1 plus 1 over simple R2. You should write the term R2 as the subject of this formula. In this question as well, we keep this whole part, I mean the term that you need to write as the subject of this formula is kept here. I mean this part is brought here, then this becomes 1 over R1, and also this segment is R1 over R2. Here also it does the same thing, previously done thing. Both sides are multiplied by R2. So as to remove this R2, we do so. So right now R2 times 1 over capital R minus 1 over simple R1 equals 1. Then here 1, then 1 times 1 is 1. So here multiplication, therefore we could divide this one as, R2 equals to 1 over this whole segment is brought here. I mean when you divide this one by 1 over R capital R plus minus 1 over simple R1. So this is the answer. Okay. So the ninth one we did. Right now we are doing now the 10th one and the 11th one. I'm doing all the questions of 7.1 exercise. Then AX equals to m times x minus 1. Ax equals to m times x minus 1. So a equals, then you could see the term x should be written as the subject. Then here x, there are, there in two places you could see the term x. Therefore, then you cannot divide both sides by a. When you divide both sides by a, eventually you could see the term x as well here. That's not the way of obtaining the answer here. The term that we have been given to write as the subject should be taken into one place. So here m times x mx, here plus, here minus, plus into minus, minus 1m over minus m. Then this is brought here, then here plus mx becomes minus mx. The reason of getting here, I'll explain that to you. This mx into this side, and here x, we take x as a common factor, then a minus m here. equals to minus 1 MOM. Here multiplication, therefore we divide using both sides by a minus m. So the answer is x equals to minus m over minus 1 MOM over a minus m. We've written the term x as the subject of this formula. The 11th question and the last question of 7.1. Same type of question right now we are going to do. So P equals to AT over A minus T. We should write the term T as the subject. No, term A as the subject of according to the question. So here A. Right now we multiply both sides using P A minus T. P times A minus T. Then here also A minus T times AT over A minus T. The reason of multiplying so as to cut this one. This one and this one can be cancelled out. So P times A minus T equals to AT. Right now, let's multiply this one. We are going to write the term A as the subject of this formula. P times a PA, here plus here minus P times T, PT. PT equals to AT. So now I bring this plus 80 here, then this becomes minus 80 equals this minus PT becomes plus PT. PA minus 80 equals to PT. PA minus 80 equals to PT. PA minus I will write this one here. PA minus 80 equals to PT. Now I get the term A as the subject. We need to write the term A as the subject here. So A as the common factor here. So here P minus T equals to PT. So A times P minus T equals to PT. Now we could write the term A as the subject of this formula, that both sides divided by P minus T, then here multiplication. Therefore, we simplify this P minus T and P minus T. A equals to PT over P minus T. We've written right now the term A as the subject. These last two questions, most probably you should know so as to get more than 95 marks for this segment